I'm Morgan. And I, as you've noticed, have tics. And it's caused by chronic Lyme disease. Chronic Lyme disease. Should I talk about how I first got Lyme?
Yeah.
Okay. That is my funniest tick. Anyways, my first got Lyme 2010, right? 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got bit.
And then I got bit. And I I didn't know what it was. And I didn't really notice anything until okay, where was I? I didn't notice the symptoms until 2011.
Started out as back pain.
In 2010 I had a lot more back pain. And in 2011 my knees started swelling up and a lot more joint pain because I used to be in volleyball. And it got worse and worse until my grandma, October 2011, my knee had swollen up really bad. My grandma has chronic Lyme, and she asked me if I had been tested for Lyme disease.
And if you have ever had a rash like that.
And if I've ever had a rash like that. And she described the rash to me and the symptoms. And I said yes. And I'm sorry. I forget a lot more too. It affected my breathing. And I found that it's easier if I'm more open about it. Because can't really hide this. But anyways,
About after you got treated for 3 weeks.
I got
antibiotics.
Treatment for 3 weeks. And then we went to a specialist and she told me that I would be fine and that I didn't need treatment for no longer than 3 weeks. And she told me she wasn't even positive that I had Lyme. But also,
tested positive.
But I tested positive for Lyme. Then, I forgot where I was.
You kind of got better for a little while.
I got better for a little while, and then around December, I started getting worse. When did I go to the doctor in our city?
January.
In January? I went to a rheumatologist in Iowa City, and they don't believe in chronic Lyme. Or treat it. And she told me that it was depression.
And fibromyalgia.
And that it was pain.
A myofascial pain syndrome.
A myofascial pain syndrome, and that I was making the pain kind of.
No, just that it was like a myofascial pain syndrome. Resulting from stress and lack of sleep.
And so then what tests came back weird?
You had a positive ANA.
I had a positive ANA.
And your complement 4 test came back low.
My complement 4 test came back low.
Can sometimes indicate lupus.
Which can indicate lupus. Sometimes. And my mom has a lot of health problems, and so that is concerning.
I have lupus. And
My mom has lupus. But, so, I went untreated for so long, kind of, that it just got worse.
And talk about how the tics started.
Okay,
initially.
first, and like, I've always had like, kind of like, where my legs move when I try to go to sleep because, what is it called again?
Restless leg syndrome.
Restless leg syndrome is in my family. But then I started in December, more like January, my hands started going like this, like that, and then just like 3 days ago, I woke up with these tics.
The physical tics.
And then
And
yesterday,
they weren't this severe, but
they weren't this severe, but yesterday, I got verbal tics, and it doesn't hurt. I don't know, should I include that?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt. I can't feel it, but like the best way whenever people ask me what it feels like to describe it is, you know the feeling when you have two magnets that are the same, charged, yeah, they're charged, that they are like a negative and a negative, and they pull apart, they like push apart. That's what it feels like. Not the verbal tics, but the physical tics. And
talk about how at first you could kind of try to hold them back and how that felt.
I can try to hold them back, but it kind of hurts. And they get worse when I talk about them, or when I'm nervous or stressed out, or I'm like really tired, or if I'm really, really hyper. So, what else?
Just talk a little bit about that you started getting treatment yesterday.
I started getting treatment yesterday. And
we found a good doctor.
We found a good doctor.
That is a Lyme literate.
Medical doctor. And I didn't get a PIC line because our insurance only covers it for 28 days.
And it's very expensive.
And should I just talk about how...
Just talk about how you may get a PIC line in 2 weeks.
I may get a PIC line in 2 weeks. And...
Just talk about how you feel about it.
When I really don't want the PIC line, just because, like, it kind of like symbolizes being sick more to me. Mom! If if it means that I'm getting better, then I guess I have to. And
how you like have been handling it emotionally.
They don't really bother me except for when people talk like copy me. Like I know what I'm doing. I'm not controlling it. And that's probably like the one thing that makes me mad. But I'd rather like people be open about it and like ask me questions than just like sit there and like be worried about me. And like I know it's a serious thing. but I find it easier to just like laugh it off. Like, I think some of my tics are funnier than the others. But it is a scary thing, but it's easier to laugh it off. And I feel it just makes me feel worse, and it makes them worse if people are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." That I don't.
Or when people get upset around
Yeah,
you
or when
about
people
it.
get upset around me about it, it's just easier for everybody else, and I think it's kind of awkward. And like, it's okay if you say, "Oh, I'm sorry for you," but like, it's supposed to go away, so I'm fine with it.
It's supposed to go away hopefully in a few weeks with the treatment.
It's supposed to go away within a few weeks with treatment. But what else was I say?
It's basically that, like, it's okay to laugh with you, not at you.
Yeah, it's okay to laugh with me, not at me. And it's not.
Right now, you need your friends more than
Right
ever.
now, I need my friends more than ever. And, like, the number one thing I'm worried about at school is, like, the people think I'm making it up for attention. But if they do, then I guess they're not I shouldn't be hang around with them. And like, I figured, like, this is the card I was dealt with, so I might as well play it to the best of my ability. And, like,
Deal with it the best you can.
everything happens for a reason, and I just